Hello Libra, kia ora koutou katoa. Welcome to my YouTube channel and or my Facebook page if you've come across this video on Facebook. So first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed to my channel, and I invite you to do that now if you haven't done that already. Please also leave me a thumbs up and or a comment on either social media platform. That would be great, just to, gives me an idea of how it resonates with people. I do encourage connecting to me on both platforms, just so, obviously there's different things that happen that get put up on different platforms. So anyway, I've started, I just also want to remind everybody. So I was going to say I started to do this reading, so it's kind of like some of you may be getting a little bit of ahead of yourself, so, and it's like pulling, and you may feel, oh shivers, I probably need to stop right there and then pull myself back a bit. So you may be feeling like you need to pull yourself back a bit, or you may be feeling a little bit more conscious or aware about what you're doing, how you're doing things, and what you're saying and that sort of thing. So something has, happened that, like Spirit is saying, I don't feel like it's anything really super bad or anything for many of you, if at all, but it's just kind of like made you wake up to something or made you click to something. You've had this aha moment where it's like, oh, okay, this is happening again, whether it's on your part or somebody else's part, or, you're seeing something, and so what is going on here? And I feel like there's maybe, so for some of you, there may be this question, okay, what is right about this that I'm not seeing? And some of you will be saying, what is wrong about this that I'm not seeing? So where Spirit are going with that for you is like seeing it for what it is, basically, and moving through it. So anyway, I just want to get that out before and then carry on. So anyway, I just want to say, also go back into just to remind people that these reads are general, so they may or may not resonate you, the messages that come through, and that's fine. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So it's like, check out, what I would suggest though is check out what your other signs are saying for you. And I do encourage that, whether it's not resonating or whether it's resonating or not, but that's totally up to you, because what I'm hearing is like some of you, it may be more because this is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. So, and that's why I'm suggesting checking out one of your other signs, because it may be Libra, depending on what Libra falls in under for you. It may be in, like for me, Libra is in my moon sign, which is in my emotional sign. So it depends on, like I say, what is going on for each of us. But it will give you a little bit more of clarity, but a little bit more clarity in something. Maybe it's up to you and whatever's going on. So anyway, I just feel like there's something about checking out, which is kind of, I can't believe I went banging on about that. So there was a little bit more uniformity with this structure today, or with yous, for some reason. It's like getting, there's maybe some changes with you where you are finding or feeling that you or moving into something new, where it's like bringing about a little bit more uniformity. So I've not probably just made that word up, but I don't know, but bringing things back into I guess into it's not into order, or something's shifting. It's maybe more a little bit out of your out of the norm for you for a little while, and maybe you're going back into something that's a little bit more structured, and that sort of thing. So I'm hearing, and it may be bringing about some emotional stuff, for you, and it may be an emotional transition in a way. It's very interesting. So but there is definitely something moving, and because I'm just shuffling away here. So we're doing like a mind or a headspace heart space, you know, and all that thought space going in there, but on a spiritual realm, but bringing about the spiritual and the soul level as well coming through there. So we're doing a mind, body, spirit, soul flow, but I'm just like, for some of you is one just to get a wider perspective or a view of it. So with the mind or the thought space, head space, and the heart space in there, it's coming through, and these two here will I feel like marry it up basically. So I'm not sure why I'm using those words. I'm just going to go with it. So I'm just going to take this one, and I will take those three and pop them over there. In a minute, and turn it over, 9 of Cups, and there we go. And then we have here, okay, on the side there. So first of all, we have the Emperor here. So the Emperor is an authoritative, you know, figure, role model, sort of energy there. And he's like, oh gosh, there we go. And he's in charge. So I feel like there's something about you, you know, bringing all these skills and like to do with oh gosh, it's like for me, the Emperor, I see the Emperor, how they're showing it to me as well, is, you know, he's like all the kings brought together. So he's that leader, and he's got all those good qualities and probably not so good qualities, actually, on saying that, but all those qualities, those attributes and those things about like all the kings have. So of course there's a shadow side and a light side to everything. So what I'm hearing is like, but the Emperor generally is like in control, or in the way that he leads. Okay, so but he's a leader who is in control of the way of how he leads, but how he sees things, how he feels things, you know, how he holds his demeanor, but he leads in an authoritative way. So for instance, what I'm hearing is like you could be friends with somebody in a business or in a situation where one is, you know, somebody may be, you know, you may be the boss, and so you maybe have the more authoritative figure role. So what I'm hearing is that it may be that you are finding some sort of balance in there and getting your head around things, and you may have shifted roles where you were the boss before, or you were of a higher higher level than others. So it's like, and you may have had a little bit more freedom than what you do have now. So it may be like a little bit of a challenge there. But on saying that, I do feel like some of you have stepped into a role, and that maybe getting your head around this Emperor role is having to lead, but in a different way, okay, as well. So what I'm hearing is that some of you, it's like stepping up into a role. You may be stepping up into a role where you're needing to. And once again, and some of you may not actually have been in a role in that way before, but you're working your way towards it. So I'm feeling like some of you have like maybe stepped into a brand new role where you're having to take the reins and lead. And I'm just feeling like, you know, there's... for some of you, it's like you may be getting your head around it in your head space. So, but I do feel like a lot of yous are like having to get in the head space about taking control of you, or leading the way for yourself, on saying that, or getting in that head space where you're needing to, you know, tidy things up or do this or that, and to bring things into alignment with all the different paperwork, with all the different, you know, avenues, because I'm hearing like, it's almost like raising the bar, basically, or taking the next step towards raising the next level of the bar. So you may have been like wandering along in your business, and things have been going all right, but something is coming up, and it's like, or about to, you can feel the change, but it means you're going to have to raise the bar. And it may be it may be with your admin side, it may be all around in little bits and pieces, maybe not a lot, but just something that makes, so when you with these changes that are occurring as we speak, and some that are going to be, you've got things in place, you've got systems in place, or you've got structure. You've got it in your mind that the structure is going to be needing to be changed and that sort of thing. So whether that is for your business, whether that is for a new job or a new career that you're moving into, it could be something that's to do within your family line as well. So it may be that, you're a parent and now you are going through a separation or a divorce, and you are going to be a solo parent, and it may be full-time, maybe part-time, but whatever it is, it may be feeling a little bit daunting for you, that you're going to be the one that leads the way now, and you're in control of everything. Across the board. So anyway, so you may be getting your head around that. Gosh, that took ages just to get around that one. So there's a lot going on with that one card, and and leading the way, because in moving moving forward and moving in any sort of direction. So that could be what's going on in your headspace for a lot of you, with whatever theme has come up through there, what has just come through. But I'm going to keep going down with that one, because the next card down there is the wheel. So there's something, it could be seen as the wheel of fortune. The wheel is quite often seen as the wheel of fortune, but it could be the wheel of fate, or destiny, whichever way you look at it. But there's something there where it's like, where are they going? This is a different picture here. But generally what I'm feeling like there's new beginnings there, because there's somebody, there is someone here, this one here, a lady here is female energy, there is pregnant. There is a woman in the middle there. She doesn't look like she's pregnant, but but they're different age groups or different stages from what I can see on there. So there may be like a younger, a daughter, a mother, and a grandmother sort of energy there. The generations there. So there's 3 stages on saying that. Well, actually 4 generations with the one in the womb. So I feel like, but I also feel like that is the same person in one way as in the cycle of life. Okay, so there is a cycle, the wheel of life, or the cycle, the wheel is, things are turning around or changing. Okay, so I've not actually ever said that about that card or explained it in that way, or what's come through, which is really interesting. So things are changing, okay, in the way that you're looking at things. So it's like getting out of your mind. But there could be something to do with the Lovers as well, because it's like the Lovers is down here. So all this could be about, a shift in your energy, and things are turning around towards allowing somebody in. So there could be somebody that's coming in your life, and pardon me, and how it got, that was just like, I had a little bit of indigestion then coming through that. So there may be some resistance there with some of you, and that's like, oh no. But on saying that, it's like, and it may be that you're just coming out of a love situation and going into a new one. I don't know. But it could be that, like you're starting to realize that actually I've got to, make some changes, and I'm the only one that's in control of my destiny, as far as letting somebody into my life, basically, or letting somebody out of my life. It depends on where you are with that. But there is a Lover's energy there, and it looks to me like they're looking at each other and they're making a pact, okay, and coming together. Oh, right. So in the heart space, there's the 2 of Pentacles. Something is changing. So there may be a little bit of balancing or imbalance at the moment. So, but something is changing. And like, this is about like, with this Emperor here, if we're moving across, is like, taking in a way control of that, but not being so in control that you trying to make things happen. So there's a sense of freedom. It's like watching, balancing it and watching how it pans out, but having, or realizing that actually if I choose to go this way, or then that is still there. It's just, it's there, but I can maybe like adapt that or move into this one later to find out what this one here is later. If at all, it may not, because it may not come in. But it's like, if I have to, or if I want to, if I feel like I want to, then I can make another choice and go there, or bring that in back in later. So what I'm hearing is that you may outgrow that feeling. Like when you choose this one, you may, this way, you may, outgrow that feeling, or that you need to bring that in, if that, like that's where they're meaning about if at all. But there's something, because you see something new in this one, it leads you down another path. So there is something about weighing something up and, bringing about balance, and having to make a choice of some sort. But, you'll make it happen. You being you'll make it happen, and you'll figure it out. The Hermit talks about going within, though, with that change. So this is about being adaptable as well. So in that adaptability. And then we have the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords is like, you know what, I'm just gonna because I'm noticing I'm just gonna put my sword down, okay, and I'm gonna create it in there and anchor my thoughts and ground my thoughts, ground my energy, and be in and just have a think about what it is that I'm going to be doing and where I'm going to be going in the near future. And what I like about this, it's interesting because there's a cup there that's etched into the ground. So it's like getting in, it's what I'm hearing and seeing from that, though, is it's like cutting through the emotions, basically. Wow. And what I love about this one, it's like there's some food for thought, or there's some pollen, some energy coming down, and he's holding it, and he's coming into his hand, and he's looking at it, watching it, contemplating, because I feel like this is a time, really to take time just to contemplate and, and ground yourself. So, which makes sense with this, about, finding that balance about where you're going to do in these changeable, and, how adaptable am I? And with this changing, because I'm hearing abilities as well. So with the Hermit, which makes sense, is it is a time to go in, so you can figure out where to next, and and how long, and it may be how long am I going to be here, all that sort of. It's like, in a way, like creating a new vision, or the next, a vision for the future. It's like, but taking time to do that. But I'm also hearing communication. It's this. I feel like this is like communicating with yourself. That part of you within you, basically your higher self, your inner self, basically. Because here we have the Magician on the spiritual level here, and and she's like creating, putting out there, manifesting what it is that she wants in this full moon, new moon, whichever moon. I'm not sure which moon, but in this moon cycle at moon. So this is about, like I say, creating, manifesting what it is that you do want. And this is here the Queen of, the Queen of Cups here. She's like in her, in control, or in charge of her emotions as well, but her intuition. I feel like this is like really super listening to your intuition. Yes, your emotions in a way, but it's like, are they balanced? It's like, and I feel like from balancing your emotions, when in listening to your intuition. So she's in that space where she is, keep wanting to say, in control of her emotional side, or knowing, and understanding of her emotions. So they're a lot more balanced, okay, with the feeling that I'm getting from these cards, because it's like you've gone within, you've seen, and there's a high priest on the other side here, who is, talks about, here is about, once again, with this moon cycle and the intuition again, it's like he's a different or a higher level of, of that spirit. He's the spiritual teacher. And getting in touch with that side of you. So in your intuition, there's interesting that they come through there, but your emotions and your feelings. And I feel like your intuition, with you going in, is going to, it's going to help you towards making that decision that you, without a doubt, know that you fully know, actually, I really know that I'm more drawn to go down this way, but this is in the moment, and for now, I need to do this, and that in order to get to where I know that I need to be. So there's a little bit more of a plan that's coming to you, or a strategic plan, or a vision board, or a vision that is coming through for for you with this and with it, and it's like just going with them, because here on the end here, and I've put it in the middle, there is the Ace of Wands. So whatever this idea that you've got, it's like feeding it with passion. There's something about passion being building, passion, motivation. It's like something motivates you into that idea of where you feel like you want to go. It's like before it's like but it's now it's like yeah. And I feel like you can sense that there is a wheel, that things are turning around if I go down this track. Okay, but it's like for now I need to go here, be here or there, or do this or that and whatever, in order to get to where I need to get to, or where I have projected my energy, my manifestations out to happen, to be. So there is the Death card. So there is something here that is in transition. Okay, transitioning into something new. Look at you. There's the butterfly coming out of it's like the cocoon or the chrysalis, basically. I really love this card. So there's the cloak on this. I was going to say template, or this temple, this place, but there's the caterpillar here. On the other side, that's climbing up, ready to go into this cloak or this. It's like I feel like there is. That death part is in, that with that transitioning side of things, where there is something has moved on, but there's the next process is coming in there. Beautiful. Wow. And then we have going through this way, and now that we've gone across there and down that way, it's like we're going into the Magician, where, we have the Queen of Cups down here. So we're just going back to here. Then we have the Nine of Cups underneath there. So there's something, that's coming together on a beautiful level, in a beautiful way, where there is, more that is coming together and, coming to an end in a way, but things are coming together where you could go into this transitionary space, which is here on a soul level there, that's, with this Death card. So number 9 here. So if we go like this way and around, through that way, the path is taking you into this transition here, the 9. And something is nearing an end where you're understanding now why this has been the way it has been, and where I need to go, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, all your senses are starting to awaken because you've gone within and you've figured it out. Actually, no, I just need to take my time, or this is where I need to be creating. You've got that plan or that intention now more so set in your being and your knowing of what it is and where it is that you're going to be going. But you're more in balance with your emotional side, and which means you're more knowing how your intuition is working for you. But it's also, in your relationships around you, in the meantime, you're building on those, or you have built on those, and they've become better. But see, and this is about family, people coming together. So there's a beautiful emotional connection with the mind, the body, the spirit, and the soul as well. Your soul, your soul friends, your spirit friends, your, your physical friends, and, and that, all those things, and your relationships with them as well are starting to come together where you know how everything's like kind of, going to fit into place, or it feels just right. It's something's coming into an alignment for you, and it's like, okay, I know what I need to do. So then we have the Death card. There's like I say, there's something is coming to an end. There's that transitioning period there on a soul level, where I feel like you may be coming into now and understanding the stuff that's coming through more, and seeing more how actually this is could roll out for you, and what do I need to do to put into place. The High Priestess is on the spiritual journey here, and he's a spiritual teacher, which is helping you through that. And then we have the Devil here, where there's another sort of a transition, but this is releasing yourself from things that serve you no purpose for your highest good. So moving into something new as well, or releasing yourself from old ways of thinking, old habits, addictions, and that, whether that could be food, it could be whatever sort of addiction that you have. Like I say, it could be food and not necessarily alcohol or drugs, whether it be medicinal or recreational, whatever it is. But I feel like it could be behavior patterns as well, and cycles, and some of, sometimes there's this, and this is about releasing you and from the bonds of the chains that you hold yourself in, which could be, these thoughts and feelings and things that are not, I'm not, that go on about self-doubt, self-confidence, self-this, self-that, self-sabotage, into, not feeling good enough about yourself, and so on. So there's something that is on a soul level that is shifting in there. I want to say, like, this one here is like, so, be your own light, at the end of the day. Be in your own light and be your own light. You are the beacon, and so shine your light bright, expand your energy, and being in that beautiful space, calling in your guides and your helpers, your tupuna, your ancestors, whoever those ones that you more aspire to or align to, but definitely the angels or Jesus or God or whoever it is that it is, or it could be the Pleiadian energies. You may have a Pleiadian guide or an Arcturian guide, whoever it is that is, or a Kaitiaki or a guide, that you have, whatever, but whoever it is that that you aspire to most, and who inspires you as well. Vision board, I do feel like there's something about a vision board or creating that vision, basically. So whether and what I'm hearing is like getting it out of your head and putting it on paper. So there may be some sort of a big plan or a planning session that comes up where you're brainstorming things to put down on there, and your ideas and your thoughts, and then putting it on a vision board. But that could be your vision board, whatever it is for you. But it's like getting it out of your head, so it's not, so it's out, and it's like you've processed it and you're manifesting. We become to manifest it when we've got it out, and rather than having one running around in your mind all the time, and like I might not so much you'll forget, but it's like releasing it, and then like that's part of the manifestation because you're putting that energy out there. Whoa, I don't know which guide is with me, but it's just amazing and very, I'm hearing the words are bringing through this fortuitous energy that is what is to come, and it's about you putting it out there, okay, for you. Woo. Okay, so I want to go to Archangel. I think this one is Archangel Michael. Yep. And see what he has to say, for to bring through for you amazing Librans out there, and see what helps. Because I feel like whether it's a relationship or not, there is something moving. I feel like a big part of this is like something's turning around, where the relationship that you're building with yourself is on a different level, is next level, you could say. So that is pretty cool. Oh, that was a bit of a messy shuffle through there, but anyway, I'll shuffle it that way and turn it up that way. Let's see what happens. What do you have to say or share with the lovely Librans, Archangel Michael? I felt like I've raved on this with a yak, but that's air sign for you. Talk, communicate. So there's that as well, communicating to yourself. Okay, so some of you may, will probably know about this, but what Archangel Michael would like to share with you is to remind you that depression is a fear of the past. Anxiety is a fear of the future. So this is why they're talking about, keeping Archangel Raphael here is saying being in your own light. Stay in your own light, because it's like manifestation, is about keeping in a way, like making that build. See that flame and that fire there is keeping your energy high. So it's moving into that to actually fan that flame, which means it builds energy to move into something new. And here is the next one. Your power is within you. Stand tall, head up, shoulders back, arms stretched out, and smile. So, and look forward and look up. So, as you're walking forward, reaching out for what it is that you do want all around your energy, putting your energy out, expanding it out. And this is all around you, above and below, and the bubble goes below us as well. It doesn't just end there. It's just like the rainbow. It's like if, it looks like the rainbow, stops when it hits Earth, but it doesn't. It's actually a bubble. So, and that's why, you know, if you visualize that, then putting yourself in, expanding your energy right around you. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to leave that there with lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, and adventure from myself, as well as from the light, the universal keepers of the light. Okay. Anyway, namaste. We'll see you in a couple of weeks for a mid-May read, and also a at the end of the month, last week of May, we'll go into doing a June forecast for you. Okay, bye for now.